Kieran, a tough afternoon, but what are your overall thoughts?
Yeah, there's again lots of lessons for us to take from it, and that was, the most realistic outcome of today. It's a really hard place to come and get a positive result, and we wanted to do that, but we weren't able to. But it's about taking what we can from the game. The positives, of course, in the start to the game, the goal that we scored, we've come away from home and scored a goal against the best team probably in the league, showed that we can be a threat on transitions against the top team, scored the exact goal that we wanted to score. And there was other periods in the game where we showed good resilience, and from the difficult spell that we were in, we managed to show some good resilience and strength and organisation to regain some stability in the game and take it right to the 80th minute in terms of keeping Man City out. So there were some positives in that. We know, of course, there was a spell in there that we have to do better in. There were some mistakes in there that we have to learn from quickly, individually and as a group. But we were always going to go through those things. It's a new level coming to Man City on their first home league game with the position that they're in after a good result for them last week. That's a massive step up. There's no doubt about it. So in that environment, players are going to make some mistakes, and it's about us helping them to learn from those mistakes as quickly as we can. It's about the whole group learning from mistakes on the pitch, so that we take the lessons collectively and making sure that we use them to make us stronger, and it helps us adapt to this level as quick as we can.
And is that key today? The one of the positives as such is that the tough period was limited to sort of 5 minutes in the match. Other than that, the lads composed and settled down again.
Yeah, that was a positive. I have to say it was a poor spell from us and some mistakes in there. But we spoke about after Liverpool, and we went for a similar spell, but in the Liverpool game we never really managed to regain organisation, and the game went wild really. And you can't let the game go to that that situation here, because it can become a very high number of goals. So the players showed resilience. They got themselves together on the pitch when the third goal went in. There wasn't really anything organisational that we changed, but they just needed to compose ourselves and show some solidity in terms of our decision making and in the game, and we done that pretty well. We got back to a stable place. We should have had a penalty before half time. I'm pretty certain of that from seeing it live and watching the replay that I've just watched. So we should go in at 3-2 at half time if we get that, or a great chance of it being 3-2. And in second half it goes to 88 minutes without giving away very many chances. I think there was Haaland's header from the corner, but other than that we defended with really good organisation. We weren't as aggressive as we would have wanted to be, but the 5 minute spell that we went through meant that wasn't how we were able to approach the rest of the game, and it was about staying solid for the remainder, and we managed to do that.
And that is that togetherness after individual mistakes as well. Aaron makes a fantastic save in the second half, and that's a good place to be mentally, to be stepping on beyond that.
Yeah, it's really important. We know we're going to go through some tough games, some tough spells in games this season, and how we stick together and come back together on the pitch. And the players done that well, and they said in many aspects recovered pretty well. We were never able to get the game back to where we wanted it to be, back to where it could have been if we had built on the good start that we made. But at the same time, nobody dropped their head. We kept going. Nobody went off piste in terms of organisation, and we were hard to break down. So that's not how we want every game to be, but also it's an important quality that we're going to need to show in phases, and we managed to do that in the second half.
It's an incredibly difficult start to the season, isn't it? It's obvious that arguably the two hardest games, and now with a home game next week after the Cup, of course, that's a chance to really get going.
Yeah, I think, look, you can't really get going. I thought we were outstanding against Liverpool in the first half, so we've already got going. We've come to Man City today and scored, went 1-0 up. How many teams come here and go 1-0 up? So of course we've had two tough games. Man City away is as tough as it gets on paper. And next week we have a home game, and we need to attack it 100%, and that'll be the mindset. But it also needs to be, we need to be really clear from the off, and that's going to be involving everyone, that we can't now think, we've played Liverpool and Man City, so the next games are going to be easier. I think that'd be the wrong word to use. Fulham, for example, are a really, really strong side, well established, outstanding players and manager, and all the things that we're going to face every week. So each week's an opportunity. Each week's an opportunity to improve, go and try and deliver a performance, and try and pick up points. And we'll try and be ready for the next one, which is Fulham.
Thank you, Kieran.